Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the inaugural State of the City for Newport News. My name is Mike Kuntz, and I'm pleased to serve as the Chamber Executive for the Virginia Peninsula Chamber of Commerce. Today is a day of celebration of leadership and results, great leadership and great results. And as you soon will witness as we progress through today's program, there is a reason to celebrate. Thanks to all of you, you've made this inaugural event a sold-out event, with a great start for an initiative that we hope will spread throughout other localities on the peninsula. Thank you to Old Point National Bank for stepping up as the presenting sponsor. Your dedication and leadership within our community is invaluable. And thanks to all the other sponsors, they are noted in our program today. Now please rise for the presentation of colors by the Newport News Public Safety Honor Guard, comprised of representatives from the Newport News Fire Department, the Newport News Police Department, the Newport News Sheriff's Department, and the Newport News Adult Corrections. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Zarshay Roberts, the Mayor's Youth Citizen of the Year. Zarshay is a rising junior at Warwick High School.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you to the Honor Guard and to Zarshay. Now it's my honor to introduce to you the Chair of the Board of Directors of the Virginia Peninsula Chamber of Commerce, Kasia Szelkowski, President and CEO of Versability Resources, formerly known as the ARC of the Peninsula. Kasia?
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. It is my great pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Virginia Peninsula Chamber of Commerce and all of our partners throughout the Peninsula business community. We are here today, as Mike said, to celebrate the City of Newport News and our theme of great leadership, great results. I would also like to start by thanking Mayor McKinley Price for approaching us to partner and deliver this inaugural State of the City event here on the peninsula. As you can see by looking around you, it has been very well received. As we enjoy our lunch, we will enjoy music provided by the Menchville High School Symphonic Wind Ensemble, and they are under the direction of lead teacher Deborah Sarve. Again, welcome. Thank you for joining us today, and enjoy your lunch. Enjoying your lunches, but we would like to move forward with the program. I'd like to recognize from the Newport News City Council fine representation, including the Honorable Burt Bateman, Rob Coleman, Sharon Scott, Tina Vick, Joe Whitaker, and Dr. Pat Woodbury. The theme of today's event, again, is great leadership and great results. The strength of that leadership is evidenced by increasing regional collaboration across Hampton Roads. With a focus on achieving lasting results, our leaders are working together in new ways to address regional issues and ensure the future vitality of our local and regional economies. Mayor Price's recent election as chair of the Hampton Roads Transportation Planning Organization is a ringing endorsement of his leadership and the respect he has earned among his peers at this time when this organization will be making critical transportation decisions that will shape our region for decades to come. The mission of the Virginia Peninsula Chamber is to connect business with opportunity. And with over 500 business and community leaders in the room today, I believe we are indeed furthering that mission. Today is a celebration of Newport News' success, which can be credited to their dynamic leadership, supportive citizens, and strong business and civic communities who are dedicated to making their city thrive. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mayor McKinley Price, who is a native of Newport News, who graduated from Huntington High School, and we just learned used to play clarinet in the band. He received his bachelor's degree from Hampton University and earned his Doctor of Dental Surgery degree from Howard University. Dr. Price has also proudly served our country in the United States Army. Before being elected mayor, Dr. Price served as the chair of the Newport News School Board, chair of the board for the Riverside Health System Foundation, and chair of the Thomas Nelson Community College Board of Directors. He has received numerous honors and awards recognizing his deep commitment to community service. These include being elected by his peers as the president of the Peninsula Dental Society, selected as the Distinguished Citizen of the Year by the Virginia Peninsula Chamber of Commerce in 1995. He received the Presidential Citizenship Award from Hampton University and the Daily Press Citizen of the Year for 2005, with special recognition for his role as co-chair of People to People. In May of 2010, Dr. Price was elected mayor of the city of Newport News. He is also married to Valerie Scott Price, who's a retired educator who spent most of her career in Newport News schools. They also have 2 adult children, McKinley II and Marcia, who has joined us today. Please join me now in welcoming Mayor McKinley Price.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here. Kasha, thank you for that kind introduction. And Sarge, thank you for leading us in the pledge. We've seen a lot of you lately, and we're very thankful that you're leading us as representing the city's Youth of the Year. You know, I also would like to recognize Menchfield Symphonic Wind Ensemble under the direction of lead teacher Deborah Sarve. Now, in addition to playing and participating in events like this, they will be performing next year in London. In fact, the entire marching band has been invited by the Lord Mayor of London to participate in London's New Year's Day parade. And we are just so proud of the many talented people here in Newport News. We know that this is a school day and you have other things to do, so please, at this time, if you'd like to leave, that's fine. Thank you. Now, as you can see, we have embarked on a different format for State of the City this year, for the State of the City address. And I hope this is the first of many more opportunities to engage the business community, the civic leaders, the citizens in celebrating our success. Mike, Kasha, the Chamber Board, and the staff, thank you for hosting today's event. I also want to thank the committee who worked on the logistics and preparations. I appreciate all that you've done to help make today's presentation a success. Now, it is tradition in cities and towns across the nation that the mayors are given the opportunity to delivering a State of the City address. And I am privileged today to be a messenger for a council of 7 very dedicated and committed public servants. And I know that Kasha has already introduced the council, but I'd like to take a moment to have them to stand again and be recognized. Thank you for your leadership and support. You know, as 7 individuals with a variety of life experiences, knowledge, and views, we come together as a council to address the needs of our citizens with the goal of making our city a better place today and for generations to come. We do so with great appreciation for the confidence that our citizens have placed in us. Today is a celebration of our great city. You see, great doesn't just happen. We are great because of the collective efforts of our citizens, our community, and business leaders, government officials, and our city staff. Newport News is very blessed to have outstanding leaders from all sectors of our local economy, our businesses, both large and small, education, the arts, hospitality, the faith community, healthcare, and many more who are committed to and actively engaged in the day-to-day work of making this a great place to live, to work, and raise a family. As a matter of fact, Livability.com announced just last week that Newport News is one of the top 100 small to mid-sized cities in which to live. Now, Livability looked at over 1,700 cities in the United States to come up with the top 100 list of places to live, and we are very proud to be on that list, one of only 3 for the state of Virginia. Now, those of you who know me know that I take great pride in having been born and raised in Newport News, and I'm humbled to have the opportunity to serve our citizens as mayor. We in Newport News have much to be proud of. Our city is the birthplace of many of the ships that protect and defend this great nation. And I often, as I'm traveled, am privileged to be able to stand up and say, I'm from a city, and the only mayor in the country that could say, we make nuclear aircraft carriers and submarines. Our city is home to the historic military installation Fort Eustis, which is part of the Joint Base Langley-Eustis. Our city boasts of a world-leading nuclear physics research laboratory, the Thomas Jefferson National Accelerator Facility, or JLab as we like to call it. Scientists from all over the world travel to Newport News to have the opportunity to participate in research at JLab. And on the higher education front, we can only marvel at the transformation that has taken place on the campus of Christopher Newport University. Just as important as the physical environment, the academic environment at CNU is quite impressive. CNU is the youngest comprehensive university in the Commonwealth of Virginia and has been recently recognized by the U.S. News and World Report as the #3 up-and-coming regional university in the South. Newport News offers an exceptional quality of life, and we tend to take for granted the many wonderful assets that we have here in our city. As you drive through Newport News, you see magnificent public art. For example, a tribute to public service at the police headquarters, the historical Victory Arch in downtown, and the thought-provoking Peace Handshake, which you may have seen coming into this facility today. These are just 3 of the many wonderful pieces of art that are part of our city's Museum Without Walls. We have beautiful parks. Newport News Park, for example, is the largest municipal park east of the Mississippi. It is 8 times greater than Central Park. We have fascinating libraries that offer more than just books. They are gathering places for our citizens. They are resource centers for job seekers, and they are educational and recreational hubs for our young people. Newport News is home of the Virginia Living Museum, the Mariners Museum, the War Museum that draw thousands of visitors each year. People come to the Ferguson Center for Performing Arts and the Downing Gross Cultural Arts Center to enjoy a wide variety of entertainment. And there are always events here. And I can vouch for that because I'm invited to every one of them. So far this year, we've enjoyed some major events, including the Virginia Senior Games, the Children's Festivals of Friends, 4th of July Stars in the Sky, the Summer Wine Festival, Southeast Community Day, Denby Days, and the Fall Festival of Folk Life. And we still have the celebration of lights and Holly Dazzle to look forward to this year. These events draw thousands of visitors from across our country to our city. Now, my fellow council members and I are fortunate to govern in a city that offers a full package when it comes to quality of life for our residents, our businesses, and our visitors. Council has identified a list of strategic priorities that would guide the city's future. We agree that the city of Newport News is a great city and a city where great things are happening. And we agree, probably as you do, that we want to keep it that way. Keeping in mind the things that we feel make a great city, our strategic priorities include sound financial management and efficiency, environmental stewardship, public safety, community maintenance and renewal, and economic development. Not coincidentally, these priorities reflect what our citizens have told us is important to them. As part of the process to update the city's comprehensive plan, we recently completed a community survey to assess citizen satisfaction with the quality of services that our city provides. The information gathered from the survey will help us to establish budget priorities and refine policy decisions. Not surprisingly, we have learned from our citizens that their top priorities include safety and security, affordable housing, employment opportunities, and quality public schools. The council is happy to have a clear mandate from our citizens. And as we work to maintain our city, we will do so in a thoughtful and strategic way. Now, strategy is important, but Winston Churchill once said, however beautiful the strategy, you should occasionally look at the results. So today, I want to share with you some of the results we have accomplished because of great leadership. But to fully appreciate the results, you need to be aware of the restraints as well. Today, and much of recent history, one of the things that we have shared is the pain of an economic downturn. According to the National Bureau of Economic Research, and I'm quoting here, the recession that began in December of 2007 has been the deepest and longest economic slowdown since the Depression of the 1930s. Thankfully, we are recovering. The housing market is looking up, sales and prices are up, foreclosures are down, and the number of homes that are mortgaged for more than their current value is down. The forecast for job growth is modest, but positive. We are proud of the fact that Forbes recently named Virginia the best state for business, and Newport News is an integral player as we are seeing great results in our business environment. Now, Newport News was especially fortunate that Cannon, Virginia announced an additional investment of $27 million. Highlander Foods brought to Newport News a $6.6 million investment and 57 new jobs. The developers of City Center are investing $22 million to create an entertainment district that includes 2 destination restaurants and a movie theater, creating over 500 jobs. This is a result of the city's tourism zone program that allows businesses to be reimbursed by a portion of the new taxes generated by their project. Even as we have seen signs of economic recovery, many of the choices and decisions that we had to make as individuals, as families, as organizations, and as government have been challenging. Despite these challenges, despite a budget that returned us to funding levels of 5 years ago, the city maintained services to our customers, funding to our school system, and we maintained a AA bond rating for major credit rating agencies. Now, this enables us to borrow money at a lower cost so that we can make long-term investments in our infrastructure. We could not have accomplished any of these things if it were not for great leadership demonstrated by our city administration and staff. And I'd like to take this moment to express my appreciation and the appreciation of my fellow council members to the city manager, his staff, and the department directors who pulled together to find ways to reduce the operating budget with minimal impacts on city services. In addition to budget reductions, we continue to look for ways to be more efficient and effective. For example, the city is implementing a shared services initiative with the City of Hampton Fire and Emergency Medical Services. This will consist of an automatic mutual aid response, a consolidated recruitment and hiring process for firefighters and medics, and a logistics and procurement arrangement. As a result of this initiative, our fire department will realize significant cost savings. We have implemented a 311 contact center to better serve those who need to ask questions about city-related issues or to request city service. The 311 system is a key component to providing efficient and cost-effective customer service for citizens, businesses, and other government customers. The council and I understand that our residents, our businesses, and our visitors are also our customers, and we intend to see that our customer service to you is great. Now, education is one of the most important services provided by our city. Education is a cornerstone for a thriving community. Education is vital to a robust and diverse workforce. Education is essential to our future. That is why, even in the worst days of the recession, the city sustained funding to our schools, remaining committed to providing a quality education to the children of our community and to give them every opportunity to be successful. Safety is one of the most basic of all human needs, and we have identified public safety as a strategic priority in the city. In ensuring for our safety of our citizens, our public safety officials and personnel have gone to great lengths to maintain standards of professional excellence. And I am pleased to share with you today that the city's public safety agencies have earned recognition for their efforts. In August, our fire department received unanimous approval from the Center of Public Safety Excellence for reaccreditation. This makes the City of Newport News Fire Department one of only 183 accredited fire departments in the world. In June of this year, the Newport News Sheriff's Office earned accreditation from the Virginia Law Enforcement Professional Standards Commission. This volunteer program recognizes agency performance in complying with 187 standards that are considered best practices. In March, the Newport News Police Department became only the 9th agency in the nation to receive the TRIARC Award from the Commission on Accreditation and Law Enforcement Agencies. This award is presented to agencies who have successfully been accredited in each of the 3 accreditation programs: law enforcement, communications, and training academies. This is an outstanding achievement, and our public safety personnel deserve our praise. Now, while I'm on the subject of law enforcement, let me share with you some more good news. In a year-to-year comparison between 2012 and 2013, for many of the most serious offenses, crime is down. Murder, rape, robbery, burglary, and larceny are all down. This is encouraging, and I have faith that it will continue to get better. Earlier this month, we were notified that the city has received a federal grant of $1.25 million over a 3-year period from the COPS hiring program. These funds will be used to hire 10 new police officers who will support the city's community policing effort and specifically target gun violence for individuals ages 18 to 25. And as we talk about crime in Newport News, we often find ourselves talking about youth and gang violence. And it always saddens me to learn of a young life lost, either to death or to a lifetime of incarceration. One life lost to youth and gang violence is one too many. My fellow council members and I, along with the city staff and many community partners, have worked diligently over the past year to finalize and move forward with a plan to prevent and reduce youth violence in the city. As a council, we have committed over $1 million in funding to implement youth violence prevention and reduction initiative that is modeled on evidence-based practices that offer the best and most promising strategies for curbing violence. Over the summer, we assembled the Youth Violence Reduction Steering Committee. Now, that committee is in the process of hiring a youth and gang violence prevention coordinator, and the coordinator will play a key role in implementing our violence reduction plan, and we hope to have that person on board very soon. Additionally, I am pleased to mention that the city was recently awarded an $870,000 federal grant from the Department of Justice that is aimed also at preventing violence and gang activity. Our public safety personnel are also working closely with the city's community maintenance team to improve properties which have historically been problematic for surrounding neighborhoods and residents. We continue to work to have attractive and strong neighborhoods and a visually pleasing and vibrant city. Now, as such, Council has established community maintenance and renewal efforts as an important priority. Now, this is a priority where we've seen significant involvement and support from our citizen volunteers and civic organizations in helping to improve our neighborhoods. They have joined with the city's community maintenance team, which is comprised of numerous city departments and agencies, to improve Newport News as a whole and our neighborhoods in particular. As we drive through the city, we see the results of their efforts. Beautification projects have enhanced landscaping along major thoroughfares. Removal of overgrown and unsightly trees is making our city more visually appealing. Neighborhood cleanups and enhanced enforcement efforts of codes compliance and public works have helped to remove blight and have brought renewed sense of pride in various neighborhoods. As we work to revitalize our neighborhoods, citizens' involvement and support of the business community will continue to be a vital part of that success. Our city is in progress, and we can see greatness evolving all around us. In February, we opened the Denby Community Center, and if you have not seen it yet, I encourage you to go. It is beautiful. This facility is more than just a building. It is a monument to our commitment to our young people, giving them a safe place to learn, grow, and play. The renovations of the Peninsula Center was completed in June, the Peninsula Health Center. The results are outstanding. The renovated structure is home to the Virginia Department of Health and to the city's 3-1 Customer Contact Center. If you happen to drive along Jefferson Avenue between 25th and 36th Streets, you will see a much more attractive view. That is because the Jefferson Avenue Utilities Relocation and Streetscapes project is well underway. This project includes undergrounding of the overhead utility lines, new curb and gutter, landscaped sidewalks, stamped concrete crosswalks, and street trees. A bit further along Jefferson Avenue near Bryford Road, you will notice construction of the new Peninsula Regional Animal Shelter. This project is a joint effort of our city, the cities of Hampton, Pocosin, and York County. When completed, these operations of the shelter will be funded by the 4 participating jurisdictions. This is a great example of regionalism. On the corner of 31st Street and Jefferson Avenue, there is a sculpture called Build the Dream. Very soon, all around this site, you will see construction begin on the long-awaited Brooks Crossing project. This project will be a mixed-use development that includes retail, office, and residential space. And it is exciting to see this dream become a reality. One of the most high-profile projects in recent history, the new Shipyard Apprentice School, is nearing completion. This $70 million mixed-use redevelopment project is the result of a collaborative effort between the city, the Industrial Development Authority, the Commonwealth of Virginia, Huntington Ingalls Industries, and Armada Hoffler Development Company. This is a very exciting project and will serve as a springboard for additional housing and business activity in our downtown area. And I'm delighted to tell you about another project that is coming to Newport News. W.M. Jordan has teamed with Virginia Tech, the City of Newport News, and retail developer S.J. Collins Enterprises to build the Tech Center at Oyster Point. The development will feature high technology research, retail, residential, and commercial components. The first phase of construction is expected to begin this fall. Phase 1 will consist of several retail, office, and apartment buildings, and we are also excited about the location of Whole Foods to our city, and know that our citizens will appreciate another food shopping option, not to mention the jobs that will come also. All of these projects hold great promise and show that Newport News is truly a city where great things are happening. Now, if you've ever attended a city council meeting during my time as mayor, you know that I end each meeting by saying, "May what you say and do uplift the city of Newport News." Now I'd like to take a moment to share with you what people are saying in Newport News.
I think the school system is a very important indicator of the quality of life in any community. I think families, I think businesses look to how are the schools when they decide where to move or where to locate their business. So I think we are an important indicator of quality, the quality of our schools. And I think secondly, in a more personal way, we educate 30,000 young people in Newport News every day. So their futures and their possibilities for this community really depend on us to prepare them for that future. The city supports us financially, and all the things that we are able to do for our young people is because of the commitment of Newport News City to the school division. Surveys always list as a quality of life indicator how are the schools in this community. So I think people really look to the schools to be an indicator of this is a good place to live. I would probably say our unique qualifier in Newport News Public Schools has been our emphasis on career readiness. We really made a promise several years ago, and the business community has been the best partner in the world with us to say, how can education and business join together to really help young people have career readiness opportunities. We make a point within the school division to start young people off on a post-secondary track while they are still in high school through our early college program and through dual enrollments and industry certifications. And that's a way to connect our young people to this post-secondary community that is all around us in Newport News. There's colleges, four-year colleges, two-year college opportunities with Thomas Nelson, four-year opportunities with Christopher Newport, and the shipbuilding apprentice school, nursing and health apprentice school. So this is just a community with a wealth of opportunities to learn.
The system of care that we have in the city of Newport News is very complex, and it involves several major healthcare systems that have state-of-the-art equipment. They have some of the best experts in the country in terms of medical practice and skill and care in all fields of medical endeavor. So not just one specialty, but multiple. When I use the word state-of-the-art medical facilities, what I'm referring to is facilities that are inclusive of specialties like medical oncology, radiation oncology, surgical subspecialties. These are facilities that bring the biggest, the best, and the brightest to the city of Newport News. And I think that the city of Newport News does very well in this area in terms of having the type of specialists and specialties that would attract anyone to want to live here and feel like they're getting state-of-the-art medical care. And so the Peninsula Health Department is involved at every level with this whole complex healthcare system, at every branch, at every level. And how we are involved, where we sit at the table, is basically in a very collaborative and engaged way. We bring together parts of the healthcare system that might not ordinarily talk to each other. We are involved in bringing together organizations and creating new partnerships all for the goal of creating the best health for the city of Newport News and for its residents. I believe that the city of Newport News has a great understanding about what health actually means for its residents. And health, it doesn't just involve doctors and clinics and nurses in the standard way that we think, but it also involves environmental health. It involves communicable disease in terms of making sure that we're not having disease outbreaks that aren't controlled. It also includes mental health. The relationship that the city of Newport News has with the Peninsula Health Department is a great model, and I really think other localities should use it.
Tourism is an important business in Newport News, and the city is a great partner to the tourism industry. Newport News supports the arts and attractions in so many ways. For example, the many working relationships with the attractions, the ongoing commitment to resources for the citywide events. After all, we have Holly Dazzle, Celebration in Lights. This year we hosted the Virginia Senior Games. We'll do it again next year. It was wonderful. And the Fall Festival of Folklife just celebrated its 40th year. Even in a down economy, this commitment spurred investments in new openings. I commend Newport News for creating a culture of cooperation and support for the tourism industry. It's a city that invites tourism. I think this was witnessed last year when we worked so closely with the Economic Development Office and the Virginia Tourism Corporation to establish tourism zones, which bring financial incentives for businesses to bring tourism into the city. Now, this same project also provides tax incentives for existing tourism businesses. Actually, Newport News provides so many tax incentives and just plain incentives. As an example, my business received $30,000 this year for facade beautification. The Newport News Hospitality Association represents restaurants, attractions, hotels, and many industry vendors. Our members know that the city works very hard on our behalf, and we have an open door for communication with city government for proposed tax and ordinance changes that protects our investments in Newport News. All of these things, and many, many more, are what makes Newport News a wonderful place to live and draws visitors to our hotels, restaurants, and stores.
So by the city being so pro-business, and the city, from the time that I remember, always wanting to better itself, that it's helped companies like Drucker & Falk. The first office for Drucker & Falk was on 25th Street. And when the city wanted to take the street and create parking, they helped Drucker & Falk move to its second location, which was near the Daily Press building on Warwick Boulevard. And I think the city, in promoting businesses to thrive here and promoting businesses to come to Newport News, it helped companies. There is no doubt in my mind that having a strong, vibrant business community makes a stronger community in which people can live. And because we've had our core businesses of the military, of course the shipyard, of course strong schools, and our hospital system, it's made it a great place for people to come to. When people ask me about Newport News, I said it is the best place to raise a family. I mean, I grew up here. I'm 6th generation, and I grew up here, and it is a great place to grow up. And now, as a mother of twins who are juniors in high school, it has been a great place to raise my children. And by having new businesses come and grow in Newport News, along with it comes quality of life. Along with it comes more restaurants. Along with it comes the festivals and the music that we have on the weekends and during the week. And along with it comes world-renowned doctors and researchers. And it's, you know, what the city has done and what the EDA has done to help encourage businesses to come here and help encourage businesses to thrive and grow, it is phenomenal. Everyone should start their business in Newport News or grow their business in Newport News. We have quality of life. We have a great workforce. We have an educated workforce. We have people that work to make sure that our workforce is educated. We have great support systems in our city with planning and development and with our Economic Development Authority. We have people who are creative and help businesses make things happen. The city understands small businesses.
Not any city that I know of has the combination of world-class businesses, has the waterfront, has good tourism, great history, and not only in Newport News, but in the adjacent areas. And 20% of all the federal laboratories exist right here. A lot of that science in the past wasn't commercialized. We call it applied research. And entrepreneurial thinking people that live in the community and business leaders can take that science and create new patents, new materials, new businesses that will form a nucleus that creates a lot of high-paying new jobs and a lot of opportunities. The thing that Tech Center does is it provides the amenity package, the lifestyle package that focuses on the environment, on nutrition, and on fitness with a college campus feel and setting that attracts the type of thinkers that we want that will make an entrepreneurial atmosphere possible. This has it all. It has everything. The one thing I love about our company and I love about this city is we are not scared of anything. We'll try any new idea, no matter what it is. And so when I'm talking to people to try to get them to locate here and to expand their business or create a new one, I'm talking about all of the other things that provide interest in the arts, that provide a family type relationship that they can feel comfortable coming here, and hopefully when their kids go to school and graduate, they'll come back. We really couldn't have been successful without the city's help and encouragement. I think encouragement goes a long way. It doesn't cost anything, and the city's always been a big fan and a cheerleader. Yes, we're in a business that you have to have a competitive price and a competitive schedule, but having a city that can help with permitting, that can be pro-business and understand the way businesses operate and try to cut down on bureaucratic red tape, that is tremendously helpful. If we have a problem, I can always make a phone call and I get a nice response.
Newport News is a great place to learn and to live.
The City of Newport News is very engaged in making sure that the residents of Newport News are as healthy as they can be.
Newport News truly puts its best foot forward for its businesses, its residents, and its visitors.
I have never seen this city so vibrant, so energized. Great things are happening in Newport News.
The future is going to be beyond our wildest dreams.
I couldn't have said it better. There is greatness all around us in our economic development initiatives, in our businesses, in healthcare, in education, in our cultural and recreation amenities, in our social and civic capital, and in our diversity. It is my hope that my message today will serve as a reminder of all that our city has to offer, and that great doesn't just happen. Our greatness is because of the vision, the leadership, the commitment and hard work of all of you and citizens like you throughout our city. We have accomplished much, and I encourage you to be inspired by all that is great in our city. Our future holds amazing promise. Thank you. Now, and I know many of you are aware that Jim Borey has joined us as our new city manager. Jim has over 35 years of local government experience, and we look forward to his leadership as we fulfill our promise. Jim?
Wasn't that a wonderful speech, Mayor? It was outstanding. So many of you may know that every Tuesday, the mayor and I have lunch. A couple months ago, he said, Jim, I'm going to invite 600 of my best friends to come for lunch with us today. Thank you all for coming today. What a great turnout, and what a wonderful speech about Newport News. Some folks have said, Jim, why did you come to Newport News? I think it's really quite obvious why I came. Many of you may know that I've had over 30 years of local government experience. In the 3 years prior to this, I was working for a finance and accounting firm, which was a great experience. At the same time, I had that yearning and that passion to return to local government to help make a difference in the community. And what better place to be, what better place to dedicate the next several years of my life. And I'd like to introduce my wife again, Ann. She has been just amazing. She's been an angel as she has helped me throughout my career of many, many years and traveled all over the country. And so we're really delighted to be here in Newport News. So the mayor's talked a lot about where we are. I'd like to talk a little bit for a few minutes about where we're going. If you look around and see what's going on in our community, I think we're seeing some very, very vibrant and promising signs. We've come through some challenging times with the budget. The last few years, as the mayor mentioned, has been challenging. But we've seen, I think, that very low point, and we're headed up with property taxes, I believe. We already have seen signs with our business taxes that's showing really signs of improvement. In fact, this year, we're going to end up with a surplus of $3.5 million that we can plow into the resources that we're going to have going forward for our capital projects, as well as our operations. There's a couple things I'd like to talk about. We're going to do a 5-year financial planning exercise that we think is going to help us look strategically for the future and help the City Council to lead and guide us going forward to make sure that we invest in the city as we need to invest. We're also going to embark on outcome performance measurement. So we're going to measure the definitive results of what we accomplish for you. That's going to be critically important as we really understand the effect that we're going to have with this community. My second day in office, my second day with the job, the police chief came in and said that he was retiring. Since that time, we've had another retirement. And so there are right now 3 major positions that we have to fill in the city. I wanted to talk just a minute about the police chief search. We have narrowed our search, which we have some wonderful candidates, down to 12 semifinalists. They're going to go through an assessment center. And I invite all of you to participate in the interview process, because we're going to have forums, public forums for the 5 finalists. And so we look for your input. 2 reasons we're doing that. One is we think we're going to get a better selection if we involve the public in that. And number 2, we want your commitment to that next police chief as well. So I will appreciate that support and that participation. We'd also like to have your participation in what the mayor mentioned is our redo of our comprehensive plan, which really sets the framework for land use, for transportation, for so many things going forward for our city's future. You'll have an opportunity to participate it's going to be critically important as we go forward. There's a lot of things that the mayor talked about going on with redevelopment. We're going to continue that with the Southeast community, with downtown, and many other areas of the city. I wanted to talk about two really important elements, and that is, first, building our economy. We really want to increase our knowledge-based economy. We want to increase jobs across the entire spectrum, which really is going to raise our per capita wage and raise our wealth so we can continue to invest in this community, so we can continue to build that quality of life which is here, vibrant, and we can even think can be much more significant and robust. So that's going to be critically important. Second is our infrastructure is really critical, and no more so than in transportation. Many of you know that Middle Ground Boulevard is being extended, but we're also going to see within a year and a half or less the widening of 64 to 4 lanes throughout all of Newport News and beyond Williamsburg to Route 199. That's going to be critically important for commerce, getting people into the city, as well as for tourism in addition to that. So that's going to be critically important. We also have a multimodal transportation center that we're building to really unify all those modes. We're going to look to enhance our transit system. I saw William Harrell here earlier. We're going to be working with HRT on that. And one of the things that came out in the citizen survey is that we don't do enough for pedestrian and bicycle traffic in this city for travel. And we're going to really work to enhance that during this time frame as well. So all those things are really critically important. You know that Newport News is an agglomeration of neighborhoods and communities that grew over time, 26 miles long and no more than 7 miles wide. We really want to do what we can to unify the city, to bring us together, to celebrate all that we have, one community moving forward. So those are some of the things that we really want to work for. I wanted to just mention a few of those as I have an opportunity to address you for the first time and say we are absolutely delighted to be in this community, and I will be part of this community, and you'll see us in numerous events. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Price, and thank you, Jim. And Jim, welcome to a great community. As we approach the Thanksgiving season, I think it's easy to say and see what we have to deal with and what we can be thankful for in 2013. And if we maintain our collaborative momentum, we will be celebrating great leadership and great results for many years to come. Thank you to the city staff and to the chamber staff for their extraordinary collaborative efforts in making this event a success. They've proven that collaboration begins at home, so thank you so much. Again, thanks to Old Point National Bank for being our presenting sponsor and all the other sponsors, and for all of you for sharing your time with us today. Before you leave, I have 2 announcements. First, as you depart, trade your name badges in for a commemorative gift of this event. It's a specially minted coin, a great coffee mug, and a thank you item from Old Point National Bank. Secondly, if you have a gold seal on the inside front cover of your program, you are the proud recipient of the table's centerpiece. So there you go. Okay. Wow, what a reaction. Well, that's it. So let's go forward. Spread the word that Newport News is a great place to live, work, relax, retire, and raise a family. Good afternoon.